Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hello, my friends. You guys know what time of the day it is, and you know what day it is. Friends, it is Monday, and for anybody that has been following any of my videos for any amount of time, you know I love Mondays. I love Mondays. Mondays is the setup. Monday is the day that can determine how the rest of the week is going to go based upon how you choose it to be. Mondays is the setup. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Mondays, friends. So, guys, I just got back from my first ever mastermind this weekend. And I've got to say, I feel like I've been missing out. The first time I've ever went to something that challenged me mentally, emotionally, and physically to this level, I should not have waited till my mid-40s to do this. Man, I've been missing out. I've absolutely been missing out. So guys, the purpose of this channel is I want you guys to learn from my 23 years worth of business mistakes, fitness and nutrition mistakes, emotional relationship mistakes, financial mistakes. And let me tell you, going to a mastermind was life altering from a standpoint of I met people who think on a completely different level, a completely different wavelength. And this is what brings me to today's message, today's title. Wisdom isn't by chance. Through a series of this and that's and everything else, I ended up at this mastermind because of chance. But there's no such thing as chance in God's kingdom. There are times I don't understand why bad things happen to good people, which was absolutely what I've been experiencing, which tells me I'm moving in the right direction. This tells me that I need to continue pressing in and embracing what is going on in my life. So guys, I can see there's a couple, 6 of you on. Facebook has not shared with me who you guys are, and I would absolutely love to give you a shout out on the program. So guys, wisdom isn't by chance, it's by choice. It's by choice. I ended up at this mastermind by chance, but it was my choice to go. So the way the stars aligned was I ran into a man by the name of Todd Saylor in a random lobby of a hotel where I was not supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to be there at the time he was supposed to be there. I was trying to get a room because I was on military duty when I wasn't necessarily scheduled. So they're like scrambling to try to figure out how to find me a room in the midst of like a giant freaking like Taylor Swift concert in Nashville, and every hotel in like the freaking world was booked for this concert. And this hotel had a contract with the military, so they're supposed to provide me with a room. And I may or may not have been like, yeah, I'm here to check in, knowing that I wasn't on the schedule, the list to be there. But I played it off, guys. Sometimes you gotta fake it. Sometimes you just gotta own it and walk in there like you own the place. You know, in this particular case, it was the hotel. I wasn't supposed to be there. You know, and this hotel's like, you know, Mr. Eckel, I'm gonna have to get with management. We're gonna try to find you a room. We're already overbooked. But it's possible that maybe some people who have made reservations online won't actually show up. And, you know, by the grace of God, Again, friends, wisdom is not by chance. There was no coincidence that I was supposed to be at this hotel that I didn't have a reservation for. So I had to wait in the lobby for them to find management, is when Todd Saylor walks in. Coincidental? Maybe, 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 maybe. I think not. And here's why. Here's why I say that. Because while I'm waiting for them to try to find me a room, this man walks in and he's louder than I am. And for those of you who know me, friends, I like to steal the show when I'm in a room. And this guy comes in, he's a big man. He's a big, tall, bald-headed man. So like the hotel lights, in this particular place, it was a nice hotel. They have these really awesome like drop-down chandeliers, and like these chandeliers was glistening off the top of my head. So that's the first thing was I heard him, then I seen the glistening, and it was just kind of like it caught your eye because normally in a hotel when sun's shining into the door, like it's real hard to see. So I heard the voice, and then I seen like the glistening out of my peripheral vision while I'm sitting there waiting, and it caught my attention. So I looked, and he's wearing this shirt that says "Wired Differently," and I was instantly like, "Dude, that is me." And I was like, "Bro, I too am wired differently." So I met this man at a hotel that I was not supposed to be in at a time I was not supposed to be there, and he wasn't either. He had delayed flight after delayed flight coming from Angola, Indiana, and it was like one thing after another. So the universe brought us together in this hotel lobby, which led me to growing a relationship with this man over the next couple years. And then he decides to host a tiki hut retreat. And my wife and I were long overdue for a vacation. We hustle, we grind. I get up at 4:20 a.m. and we don't go to bed till 10 or 11 o'clock. And I know that goes against like my sleeping rules and sleeping policies, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to get the work done. But anyway, that led me to us going to this tiki hut retreat, which is where I met Dr. Obam Bowen. And me just being my normal, obnoxious self, I go to check in at the hotel, and the receptionist is like, "Oh, you must be Mike." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Mike. What's your name?" And we go on and on and on and back and forth and back and forth. So then I go to check into the hotel, and she asked, "Who's the reservation under?" And I was like, "Well, it's under Brandon Eccles." She's like, "Well, you said your name was Mike." I'm like, "I'm not Mike. I'm Brandon." Sorry, I had to. So I get checked in. We take the bags up to the room, and then we go down to register for the Tiki Hut retreat. Kind of let them know we're there, and I walk in. And they're like, "Hey, there, it's Brandon Mike or Mike Brandon." They're like, no one really knows what his name is. I'm like, "Well, I'm kind of in the military, and I kind of like don't want people knowing my name." And of course, I'm just stirring up trouble now. And and this man sitting there he's just listening to me go on and on and on. And my wife said, "Watch out for him. He's trouble with a capital T." So I don't think it is by any chance that this is just me. This is how I am. I like to make people laugh. I like to make people smile. I want to change the world and just see that we can be a genuine good person no matter how much money you've got, how much money you don't have, how healthy or not healthy you are, what kind of day you had. We don't have to rub our stinking thinking off other people. We don't or shouldn't rub our bad day off on other people. But we see it all the time. We see it all day long. So even if I'm having a bad day, I want to lift other people up. Which all of this kind of brings me to wisdom isn't by chance, it's by choice. We chose to invest in ourselves and go to this tiki hut retreat because this retreat was to specifically help us grow our relationships and our business. And if you guys remember, I get up at 4:20. Sometimes I snooze it to 4:26. But I get up early and I stay up late to grind and grind and grind and hustle on my business because there are people who need me to be on point because they're going through the worst moments of their lives. They're battling some type of a chronic disease. They're going through something that means they're not necessarily on a 9 to 5 schedule. And I want to make sure I help change these people's lives. So by sheer coincidence of me ending up in a hotel lobby, meeting a man by the name of Todd Saylor, which then led to us growing together and becoming friends and me wanting to be a part of his first ever Tiki Hut retreat, which then led me to meet Dr. Obam, which then led me to him inviting me to come to a mastermind. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know what a mastermind is. But if it's anything like what I just experienced at this Tiki Hut retreat, and it is going to help me grow my mind and allow me an opportunity to grow my relationship with my wife, because they had a special guest or special speaker by the name of Joseph James, Joseph and Rachel James. And they're a part of a company called Alpha Leadership. But Alpha Leadership is a company that is completely, solely focused on coaching couples in a faith-based marriage. And I'm like, sign me up. I want to have a stronger relationship with my wife. Which is going to bring me to wrapping this message up. Wisdom is not by chance, it is by choice. Now, me meeting these three incredible men of God was by chance, but God was aligning the stars in the universe for me to meet these people at a time in my life that I needed the information that they had. I needed the connections that they had. If not for Todd, I would have never met Obam. If not for Obam, I would have never met Joseph and Rachel. If not for Joseph and Rachel investing in my wife and I am wholeheartedly 100% firm that the relationship that my wife and I are going to have this time next year is going to be completely drastically different because of Alpha Leadership. But it took Obam to get to Joseph for me. It took Obam and Joseph to meet Rachel for Cassie. It took Todd to bring me to Obam and Obam to bring me to Joseph and Rachel and Joseph's. I'm not going to share their story. That's not my place to share, but I want you to go look up Alpha Leadership. There is a story that will break your heart. But God allowed those things to happen to those two because the world needs to hear the message they have. Wisdom is not by chance, it's by choice. You can choose to take the wisdom that I'm trying to pour into you each and every day that we do a Distinctly Extraordinary Society video. And you can choose to leverage that information. You can choose to put it into action. Because like my last video, knowledge without application, wisdom without application. It's the application that makes the difference. I need and I want you to fail. We are in a society that is so fearful of failure. That is what is our problem. That is what has set us up for failure. We need to fail. Because if we're failing, we're trying. If we're failing, we're making progress. If you're failing, that means you are attempting to apply something that is difficult. And we need that. But more than that, we need to fail forward. We need to fail forward. Because if you fail and you are pressing in and you trip and stumble, you're going to fall forward. But it's going to take the Todds and the Obams and the Josephs and the Rachels to lift you up and get you back on your feet and pray with you and pray over your marriage and pray over your finances and pray over your business. Because wisdom is not by chance, it's by choice. What you choose to do in life is up to you. And now that I know that I've wasted some 40 plus years of life not purposely and intentionally placing myself around people who are going to challenge my mind, challenge my beliefs, challenge me to not settle for being ordinary. They want me to be extraordinary. And more than that, they want me to be distinctly extraordinary because they want me to stand out in this world. I want you to not just live an ordinary, mundane, comfortable, day in, day out life. I want you to live the life that God created you to live. We were created to live a distinctly extraordinary life because greater is He who lives in us. We are not supposed to walk around timid and fearful. And this is why, my friends, I am now purposely and intentionally going to start investing in my personal development, not only in the books that I read and the seminars that I listen to on my drives, but I'm now going to start seeking out, intentionally searching for marriage retreats, masterminds, and workshops, because I refuse to settle for ordinary, because I can't unsee now what I have seen, because what Todd has showed me, what Obam has showed me, and when Joseph and Rachel has showed me. I am now responsible because I have the wisdom to apply it. And I want to challenge you, friends, as we wrap up. I want you to be purposeful this week. I want you to be intentional this week. I just finished up Today is the Day's book this morning, and I started The Slight Edge this afternoon. Put one down and turn around and picked the other one up. I had an opportunity to be on a live Zoom call with Jeff Olson, and apparently that's a unique opportunity because Mr. Olson does not normally do that for anybody, for any amount of money. However, I'm going to leave you with this once I get the internet to work. The slight edge. Turning simple disciplines into massive success. The slight edge is a way of thinking. It's a way of processing information that enables you to make daily decisions. Wisdom is not by chance, my friends, it's by choice. And I choose to be distinctly extraordinary. Guys, if you have not read Today is the Day, I would dare you, I would challenge you to go get that book, Dr. Obama Bowen. If you've not yet read The Slight Edge, go get the book, The Slight Edge. If you have not yet ordered your book from Todd Saylor, Your Will Be Done, guys, you're missing out. You are missing out. I have determined from today into eternity, I'm now going to focus on personal development intentionally each and every day. God bless you guys. I look forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. My friends, if you are on this live, drop a live in there. If you're watching this on the replay, do the same replay. Wisdom is not by chance. It's by choice. Thank you for being a part of the Distinctly Extraordinary Society. This is Coach B, signing off.